Good morning. I'm Bodie Bodenheimer, and I'll be your Master of Ceremonies today. And I want to say to you, we may have some abbreviation in the program today because of the inclement weather, but the feeling is here, and we're certainly glad to have each and every one of you here come out on a day like this and honor the Vietnam veterans and, more importantly, their families that are here. And I think if you look into the tent area, you'll see family members. I think there's 40 some here. And those are the widows and children of those men that died in Vietnam. You can be identified, they're identified by the yellow ribbon. So let us honor them today. So many times in the history of our country, we have forgotten that while those that fall, they don't fall alone. They take with them all the hopes, the dreams of their families, and they leave them here. And our country hasn't done a very good job, I'm afraid, in honoring those families, those members of those families of our fallen heroes. It's been over 36 years now since the last military unit left Vietnam. That war lasted from 1954 until 1975. More than 58,000 Americans lost their lives, and another 304,000 were wounded. During the conflict, 4 million Vietnamese on both sides were killed, and another 2 million from Laos and Cambodia. No event in the American history is more misunderstood than the Vietnam War. It was misreported then, and it's misremembered now. And I'm glad to say that this day marks the first recognition of the Vietnam Veterans Day ever held in North Carolina, right here in our own hometown. And if you're getting wet, I want to say this to you. This morning, some of the veterans from the association here, the Vietnam Association, said to me, please say for us that the rain today is the tears from those that we lost in the war of Vietnam. And this is the final recognition in this first annual Vietnam Day in North Carolina. So the toil and the suffering of our families and those that served, this national turmoil and suffering can never be tabulated, nor can it ever really be appreciated. And it'd be very difficult that any of us will ever be able to return what was given so freely to us. The Vietnam War divided America. For many of the more than 2 million American veterans of the war, the wounds of that war will never heal. because of the way that we fought and we left Vietnam. So we are here today to honor and celebrate the homecoming of those 2 million veterans so long ago now. And now to a whole new generation of young Americans, that today it seems that this story that we're talking about is from the olden times. But you and I must remember, and we must honor what was done there. And finally, it is our responsibility to teach our young people of the honor, the devotion, and the love of freedom that was expended in Vietnam by our men and women fighting that war. And again, they fought again, as so many of the wars before, to preserve our freedom, our liberty, and even our way of life. So I hope that our young people in our country have as much love for those veterans as those veterans had love for them. God bless them. Now I'd like to